Hi again, this is Barry Selby. Messages from the masculine number 29. And this is to talk about bullying in a relationship. Ball busting is part of that. But I wanted to put this on the table because it's come up a few times in conversation with clients and also with friends who've been going through some challenging times. So, fasten your seatbelts, this could get interesting. Speaking to this from the point of view that well, the idea came up earlier about ball busting being a issue that some women have owned up to, and some men, including this one, have experienced. And so this consistent reminder has caused me to think about doing a talk about it. So this is the launching of that in a way. But what I recognize when I start thinking about this topic of ball busting, it comes to mind the idea about bullying, because in some ways what women do to men in relationship, in business, now I'm not going to talk about the reason why they're doing it, but the effect of it is a form of bullying. Now, in context, I understand in some cases women have done that to basically stand up for themselves, protect themselves, but in some ways overcompensate for their own limited way of being allowed to be. Let me rephrase that slightly. I'm realizing they didn't come out quite clear. In the business world and in the relationship dating world, a lot of men have been very pushy on the women and not respecting them. That is a clear period. That's known, understood. So some women have responded to that by becoming so tough and so strong in their demeanor that they become ball busters. And yes, I've been the receiving end of that more than once. But what resonated for me in this thinking through this process for today is how I associate this with bullying. Now, in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the ideal of full transparency, let's put it that way, I was bullied at school. I went through that period in my teens. And in fact, in a way, it led me to my work. And I've talked about that before in my bio and in some interviews I've done. How the gift of that painful experience was to find myself safe around women, which gave me this place of safety for them in return. And so when I work with women in my coaching, it's automatic for me. But the experience of being bullied, and I am certainly not the only one, and many of us have been through that, and some people still go through that with online media, cyberbullying, particularly particular languaging, which I think is where this triggered for me, the idea of this, when I saw in the news yesterday about this. I'm not going to get political, staying on track to this topic. So the bullying experience that people receive and exhibit is a power struggle. Most bullying comes from a place of deficit. That is, from a place of attempting to have one-upmanship or one-up-womanship to give ourselves value when we don't feel it ourselves. So I'm looking back and I'm saying ourselves, including myself, because even though I've been bullied, I know I've done things and said things to other people that may have tried to do that same experience of being a bully in disguise in that moment to get something from it, to make myself feel better. Because bullying is not truly it's not a whole experience, let's be blunt about it. It's not a healthy experience, but it's a way that for some of us who feel less than, we'll try and prop ourselves up with the experience of being a bully. In relationship context, which is what this particular talk's about, I've seen it happen on both sides of conversations. So I'm using ball busting as one point about women doing it to men. But let me be clear. Many times, men have done it to women. So I talked about this yesterday in a broadcast about women being fiercely independent. And in the context of how women who are strong and in leadership and doing things in the world, their life that's strong, and they're doing their work and their mission in the world and making a difference and really owning their business and their life in the world. When it comes to relationship, they tend to date one of two types of men when it doesn't work. The beta, mild-mannered, nice guy, which is kind of what I was, which doesn't work because there's no leadership there, there's no balance, and there's certainly no strength there. But the other side of the coin is what a lot of women draw to them who are powerful is men who try to dominate them, which is a form of bullying. It's a form of bullying where he will not let her own her power so that he feels better. It's not about who she is or what she's about. It's his own self-esteem that is undervalued that makes him want to raise the bar. So this works on both sides of the coin. So again, the shoe's on the other foot sort of thing. It's true for both partners. I've seen relationships, I've been in certain relationships myself, where the woman's been the bully of the partnership, where her demanding, controlling demeanor has been less than respectful. So it's not a pretty topic, and I'm not going to go too deep into this because this can open up some wounds for some people. And really, I want to speak about solution and also about ideal, because really what these talks about to be, what these talks to be about, let's put them in the right order, shall we, is truly how to empower, how to inspire, and how to be fulfilled in relationship, in life, in love, and everything around it. So the solution perspective of this conversation, just to give you something to think about, is when you are choosing, or if, let me be polite, if you're choosing to be, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're choosing to be wanting to dominate, control the other person, I don't mean domination in BDSM, that's a whole other conversation, which I won't get into today, but who knows down the road what might happen. Because dominatrix, I have some friends who are dominatrix, that's a whole other conversation, and that I have a different conversation about and respect for. So move that out of the way for a second. In the domination of trying to bully the other person to be better than them, because that's the reason why you're doing it, is doomed to fail. Because all you'll do is either control them, hurt them, or separate yourself from them. No win. So how do you change it? The key is going to sound simple, but it's not easy, which is awareness. If you are in a loving relationship that you truly feel you're in loving about, and you feel yourself moving toward a place where you want to do something negative to the other person, to be in control, to dominate, to bully them, stop. Simply stop. Because for most of us, and it may take practice, because to be honest, for some people out there I know, it's so automatic that they forget that they're doing it until it's too late. If you are able to catch yourself in the act, as it were, ideally you catch yourself in the act, so you can stop yourself in the act. Making sense? Then you have the ability to change course. Then you have the ability to change what is driving this, because it's something inside that's coming from a place of lack. 9 times out of 10. If the desire to win, to overpower, to beat the other person, energetically, emotionally, mentally, psychically, it's coming from a place of lack. So if you're feeling lack, first of all, be willing to be vulnerable and tell your partner. Yeah, I know it's a big risk for some of you. But by being the place where you are being vulnerable with them, you make out what you really want, which is love. You make out what you really want is being filled up from them, and a place of generosity versus a place of pain. I hope this is landing for some people, because I know this is going to reach somebody out there. These talks I'm doing, by the way, are daily topics, and they don't have a sequential order of what's being said. They just come through what's being relevant for the day. And for some of them, I wonder why they're coming through at that point. And this is one I thought about. I'm going, this one I'll talk about on Friday. By the way, that's today, in case you're wondering, when it's been recorded. But this is one of a series of talks about messages from the masculine to inspire the feminine heart. But sometimes it includes the whole relationship framework and the paradigm. And so this talk seems to start out as being about ball busting, which was the headline to get attention. But I'm recognizing as I speak about this that it's really including both sides of the conversation, because in relationship there can be bullies on both sides of the gender. The male or the female can be bullies. And I've seen it in the world, and you've seen it more, I'm sure, either in the media or in politics, in entertainment, like in celebrity status too, but in real life, maybe in your own family, in your own relationships, in your own parents. So again, the reminder is to change this is to be aware, to choose not to go down the path of automatic reaction to dominate, to bully, to control the other person, is to back it up and be aware, to change it. Oh, the second one, I missed that one. First one was, again, to actually tell your partner that you are being, you're feeling lack, feeling empty, and you're reaching out from a place of control, which is not healthy, and you love their help. That's one. Second one, which is equally useful, is to simply take yourself out of the situation for a moment. Excuse yourself to say, I need to take care of myself, because if you're not yet ready to be that vulnerable with your partner, to trust them, and maybe it's not safe to, who knows, I'm not talking about every relationship here, but in case you have an experience where you have had to have some walls up for your own protection, if this has come up for you to do this, then excuse yourself, take yourself away, be somewhere else where you can take care of yourself, and just with some self-inquiry, ask what's driving it. Why am I feeling like I need to do something that is negative, to bully, to push, to dominate the other person? Now, if it's something where you're trying to stop somebody from doing something crazy, that's a different story. That's not control. That's saving them in a sense. But watch where you're coming from, because it's always about where you come from that is important. So again, coming from lack isn't healthy. Coming from lack is destructive, because it's like trying to fill yourself up, which you'll never fill up, from a source you can't use. I think that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm summarizing. It's coming clear. So, as I'm trying to bring the points together. So again, as a reminder, if you are tempted to bully the other person, and it comes from a place of desire to control, to dominate them, to be in charge, without their permission, watch where you're coming from. If it's coming from your own place of feeling lack, you're in trouble. And that's where you need to take action differently to change the situation. So that was kind of the 10-second summary of what I just talked about. I think that's it, really. This is part of a series, by the way. This is number 29 in the series of messages from the masculine. There's more coming. I just wanted to get this one out because it was the one at the top of the pile. And if you've ever been to those old style delis, by the way, where the plates in the counter that are pushed down on a spring, and then you take the top one off and then the next one comes up, that's kind of how these topics are coming up. Then I don't have a list of topics. They're just by the day. When I get this one out of the way, I'll be a new one tomorrow and the one after that. So bear with me. So that is it. I'm just realizing that my conversation, this is my experience every time now with these talks. The topic will come up, it will come out, and then when it's done, there's nothing left to share about. So I'm dry, as it were. So thanks for watching. Please share this out if you find someone can get value from this. I'll put some links below for my site and where you find the rest of these. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like covered, please post those below too. And thanks for joining me. This will be posted on YouTube as well as Facebook Live. So any comments that I don't catch in the Facebook Live, I'll comment below. And if you comment on YouTube, I'll comment there too. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves. And as I've said before, love yourself more today than you did. Let me try that one in English. Love yourself more today than you did yesterday. Your life will transform. All right. See you later. Bye.